I was digging in the shed, moving stuff around, and I ran across something that I kind of even forgot about. But it's something I picked up years ago, just because of what it was. I kind of have an eye for quality things. You know, to me, completely useless living out in the country because you cannot ride these. They got to be on pavement. But there was a time, you know, like 10 speeds, 70s, early 80s, were a pretty hot deal. You know, everybody had them. You hardly ever see them now. You know, it used to be you'd see people out on the highway and stuff, but now it's all mountain bikes and cruisers and stuff. But I used to have, I've had a lot of, like, English bikes. I still do have an old Huber someplace. But this one I picked up only because of what it was. It was in a thrift store, if I remember right, and I didn't pay a hell of a lot for it. But it is a Schwinn, sort of. Okay, well, it says Voyager 11.8. But you look at it and you see, you know, like there's a forged aluminum for the seat. Everything is top notch, you know, is really good quality. You know, like the frame, it's 4130 chrome moly. And, you know, it's got the lug frame on it, you know, but what it is, it's, you know, though it claims to be a Schwinn, it's not really a Schwinn. It's the Japanese approved Schwinn. You know, it's got like the Shimano derailleurs on it. And the wheels are actually French. Super Champion. But it's kind of interesting, you know, it's all made with really high quality parts. So, like I say, when I saw it in the thrift store, I picked it up. Yeah, it says, if I can get the focused, Sakai Custom Road Champion. But, like I say, you know, all just really, really well made. But it just says Schwinn approved, Japan. You know, I've looked into a little, just out of curiosity, but it's one of them things I thought, well, I'll hang on to if I ever want a 10-speed, because I used to use 10-speed a lot. It's just that living out here, it doesn't make sense. But when I ran across it, I thought, it's kind of interesting. But I guess, you know, when I picked it up, yeah, I saw it was very well made. Because at the time, my God, you know, they were coming out with, you know, when 10 speeds got to be popular, there was some really poorly made ones that came out. I mean, you could buy the better ones, like the English ones, but there was some that, I know of a guy who, him and his wife, oh boy, they were going to go biking. They bought bikes. He took off, and the frame on his immediately broke. I mean, some of them were just really poorly made. This thing ain't like that. This is very well made. But I know I was working at a motorcycle shop at the time, and we got in a whole bunch of 10 speeds, and we were fairly close to a college, and they were selling for like $100. And they'd come in a box and I'd have to put them together, and I put a lot of them together, you know, because it was cheap transportation. But they were kind of mediocre quality, not nearly as nice really made as this is. But it's kind of funny, like I say, you very seldom see anybody riding 10-speed now. It's the mountain bikes or them cruisers. But I used to put a lot of miles on a 10-speed. But that's what, like I say, when I saw it, you know, when I first saw it said Schwinn on it, I thought, well, I didn't know Schwinn ever made them in Japan. Well, they didn't. But they are Schwinn approved. But everything, when I look at it, you know, it's a very light bike. And everything is really high quality. And I think they sell now for between $200 and $400 for this sort of thing. You know, because there are people who are into collecting bicycles. But just, it does impress me. You know, like even those where you can, you know, knock that front wheel off, just flip that toggle and the wheel comes right off. But everything really well made. I'll put air in the tires and take her for a spin. Though, like I say, you get inside with one of them, you got a problem coming.